Hello class, I hope everyone is doing well. My name is James Means and I will be the teacher for this lesson. The activity that I decided to choose was called Healthy Relationship Consensus, and the activity I'm going to show y'all is called Blind Shape. Whenever I started searching into this activity, I had never heard of it before, but it's actually really fun. So to begin with, as a class, I will be grouping up students into 4 to 5 students per group, and they will need a 10 to 15 foot long piece of string or rope or anything that you can find that's kind of soft and that can be made into geometrical shapes, because that's going to be the idea of the exercise. And we'll also need a type of bandana that can be turned into a blindfold. The idea of this activity is to have students be able to develop their communication skills, build trust with one another, work as a team, and cooperate with one another. And it can be quite difficult because you're going to be blindfolded the entire time. Okay, before we begin our lesson, I think it's important to get to know the students a little bit and see where their head is at with the activity that I'm trying to introduce. So I would ask them with the healthy consensus relationships what they think it means, and I'd hear their opinions on it. And I like to not be negative, and if a student says something that's not quite correct or anything like that, I still like to listen to them and get their intake on it. I would explain to them that the goals of this activity is to work on your cooperating skills, your communication skills, working with others, and kind of trusting people because you'll be blindfolded. The participants, to get to the meat of the activity, the participants will line up in a straight line, and I'll give them a piece of rope 10 to 15 feet long. And once everybody has their blindfold on, then I can finally instruct them on what to do. So what the students will be doing is they'll be blindfolded and they'll be holding a piece of rope or string, whatever you can find, in their hands with 2 hands. And their hands have to be on the rope at the entire time. And what they'll be doing is they'll be having to make geometrical shapes working together. And then once they think they've accomplished it, then they can take their blindfold off and see if they've done it. But it can be pretty difficult because you're blindfolded, and doing something like a square isn't too bad, but whenever you have to, make a triangle or maybe a circle, it can get really tough. Okay guys, I just want to show y'all real quick how to fold y'all's bandana into a blindfold. So what you do is you get your bandana like this, and you kind of fold it into a triangle, such as this, and then you start folding it up. And then voila, you have a blindfold. Okay, lastly, the activity itself. So once you've passed out the string or the rope to the students, you'll kind of spread them out. You'll need a pretty good amount of space depending on how many students you have. But the students have to hold the rope with both hands, and you'll instruct them, say, build a triangle. And they'll communicate with one another to move to different areas on the floor to form a triangle. It's hard to do with just one person, but once you have 4 to 5 to a group, one person can be in this corner, another person in this corner, and another at the head of the triangle or the square corner or wherever geometrical shape you choose.